Okay, so as you can see, or more accurately, as you can't see, this is what the safe looks like. You throw a little light from a backlit light source. So I've done my first mod, as you saw in a previous video, of just have a finished edge, and then my leftover gun kind of shelves, I guess, that I'm not using are going to be probably hidden away in the back there. You saw that I did the bolting down. That was about a week ago. I kicked my butt, sore for a day or two on my shoulders. So the safe has just terrible lighting just because of where I've put it. So that's all my bad. But what I'm going to do is, and I don't know if you can see that, but I'm going to put lights on the sides and top and inside as well on these metal strips. There's an adhesive, so I'm going to go down all the right side, the left side, and then obviously up across the top. So the strips have a adhesive backing, hoping those will stick. If not, then maybe I'll do something with magnets. So back in a bit. Not sure how this will turn out, but essentially what I'm going to do, and now I'm using the Osmo, is measure and cut this, and then figure out how I'm going to connect it. These essentially go right there. I'm guessing I'll have to peel this coating back, this waterproof acrylic coating back, and then connect the 3 strips and see if things still light up. So let me go measure the safe. My measurements were 2 strips at 57.5 and 1 roughly at 19. And unfortunately, 57.5 doesn't end quite nicely on one of these. So it would either be too long to go to the next or too short to go to where I needed it. So we're going to go roughly 3.5 inches short. So I'm going to double check my measurements. 57.5 is, somewhere over here. So I don't want to make it super long. So I'd rather go shorter, and there's my 57.5 mark. I don't know if you can see that with the camera. So this is the closest line to that. So hopefully I don't muck this up too bad. Okay, that's a cut. Now I will do the 19-inch measurement. And what I'm doing is I've got marks at 12 inches, so that makes it a little easier. There's 12. 12 plus 7 is 19. Puts me right there. Ooh, that's very close. That is almost right on the money. There's my mark, and there's the cut. So that's going to make this one nice. All right, so there's my second cut. And then my last cut is another at 57.5, so I won't bore you with that. And I'll come back in a minute. I would just be popping this off, and it looks like with my bad eyesight, it opens up right about there. I'd be popping that off and attempting to slide this in. So because of this acrylic, let's see if you can see a side view, this acrylic bubble that isn't on the others, I'm going to see how easy that is to peel. And hopefully I'll do that off screen, because it might be some MFers involved here. Turned out easier than I thought. So here's the finished version. You can see the difference of the lip. And essentially what I did was patiently, which that's asking for a lot, just peel that back enough and then cut it. So I'll do that. I will attach this, And I'm not sure if there's a specific way to attach this or not, other than I'm gonna slide it in. So one says positive, one says negative. I'm not sure which end is positive or which end is negative, to be honest. But because the top says positive 12 volt, I'm going to do probably, actually I'm not sure. So let me figure this out and come back. These connectors are the wrong ones. I specifically ordered 50/50, but I probably neglected to specify RBG, so this is what I actually needed with the 4 connectors, and I've got one of these, so I'll see what happens. The obvious, because you can see the red, the blue, the red, the green, and the black, and that aligns with, I'll flip it over, but the same lettering, blue, red, green, and black on here. So, and you can see that these line up. Hopefully that will go in nice and easy. And we have a connection. Okay, so I wish I would have paid a little bit more attention when ordering, but that's kind of how things go. And this will be my top layer. And I will cut this strip. So worst case, I've got 2/3 of my connections. What a bummer. I hate ordering stuff and getting the wrong thing, or more appropriately, ordering the wrong thing and getting the wrong thing. I like to order the wrong thing and get the right thing. Alright, so now the true test is, will both of these strips light up? So we will test that right now, because I'm uber curious if that connection worked. So what I'm doing right now is reconnecting we'll use some tiny pins. Connecting. I need that for the battery. Need that to go to here. And I need that to go to here. Okay, we have 2 sections lit up. Yay! Alright, let me see what I can hack together for the last one. Here's what I think I'm going to try and do. I had this left over from previous projects, so I'm halfway there. So I stripped, and it was missing this the white clip end. So I stripped the wires, and I took the bad or incorrect version that I have, pulled off the plastic end, and what I'm going to try and do is use the solder soldering iron and solder these in there like that, and we'll see if that works. So this is going to be intricate work and I'm not going to film it. I don't know if the camera will focus on that, but that's kind of what it looks like. It's soldered in there, not the greatest. I don't know how good it's going to hold, so I'm going to cover it with some liquid tape and then see if these will go snap on. I go to open the safe, the motion detector kicks in, and there's all my battery, my motion sensor, my wireless control unit. And the wireless control unit is actually for this. My 3 custom high-end shelves that I kind of have locked in, a couple of them locked in. But I like this color simply because it lights up, again, when you can see at night without a light, or rather you can't see at night without a light. And this may go off in a few seconds, depending on how much motion it detects, because I'm not really moving. And I think I have it set to about 45 seconds. But in terms of changing the light, there's red, there's green, or rather, yeah, that's a green. Blue, I don't know how well video is picking up. Purple, pink, yellow's kind of bright. White is quite bright as well, but I like the softness of the orange and yellow. This is actually yellow. That one was orange. Orange is nice. Yellow is like a nice warm version of white. Gives me the right amount of light without being too bright. But safe is now done. Now time to store documents and other wonderful values. But all the mods are done and everything is working.